It's retroactive, okay.
Okay, the time is 6:30, so I'll call the work session of mayor and council for the city of Snellville, Georgia, for Monday, December 9th, 2019 to order. We do have a quorum present. I'd like to welcome our council member-elect Solange.
Welcome.
So first we'll review the regular business meeting. Pastor Sandy Adams from Calvary Chapel will give the invocation. Eric will do the pledge. We'll have Solange do the take the oath of office. Then we'll do the proclamation for Arbor Day. Approval of the minutes. Downtown Development Authority report.
As far as I know, Don is coming, but I haven't heard from him today.
Okay. And then we'll have the approval of the agenda. We'll talk about a few things. Then we've got the second reading for the hotel ordinance. Is there anything we need to talk about now?
No, no.
Okay. And then, under new business, we'll ratify the runoff election results. Now we just need a motion and vote. And then we've got the second reading on the voting ordinance. Anybody have any questions about those things?
There's actually on the booting,
Yes.
there has been a suggestion to make 2 changes to the booting ordinance.
And the suggestions came from,
Member of the council.
okay,
So let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that way. I think there's enough going that way.
There's no candy in there.
And the 2 changes are on, the bottom of page 2, actually moving from bottom of page 2, which is the section 58-202 prohibition. The bottom of that next full paragraph, which is at the top of 3, the provision that's suggested is no vehicle properly displaying a handicap license plate or other official handicapped operator permit parked in a designated handicap parking spot shall be immobilized. And then in the in-person warning, the last sentence there, 2 sentences have been added. It shall be the responsibility of the booting operator to prove that a warning meeting the requirements of this ordinance has been issued. If such proof cannot be provided, booting operator must refund any fee collected. So we're preventing anyone that's handicapped from getting booted, and putting the onus on the booting operator to prove that they gave notice.
So those 2 changes are included in the ordinance that we have. So if you reference this ordinance in your motion, then those will be approved. If you do not want them, then
The one that's in
when you make the motion, you need to.
So this one is ordinance 2019.
Do we have a number yet?
1920 is what's on there.
yeah, so if, well,
What, 1920?
I'm in agreement
Okay.
with the changes as put forth by the city attorney, but we would just need a date on the other one and say the draft prior to if someone wanted.
Wanted
Yeah,
to make a motion for that one,
Right.
you're saying, okay.
yeah, so if you say approve ordinance 2019
-20, you're done.
-20, or, yeah, you're done. But if you say, before mayor and council and whatever our last date was, then you're,
Gotcha.
but I think those make sense.
Okay, so that's the regular business meeting. Any correspondence, Butch?
No, ma'am.
City attorney's report?
Just that we need to, well, one, we will need an executive session, But outside of the executive session, I know we did pass the billboard ordinance at the last meeting. In the past, there had been approval for the billboard development agreement with Clear Channel. That's the actual agreement with Clear Channel that allows them to tear down the signs and then replace the one over the market, and then also eventually the one across from the, I guess the south campus of the hospital, going over Gwinnett Clinic there on 78. So we'll need a vote, we'll need that added to the agenda, having a vote approving the mayor to execute that agreement, if that's what you all want to do.
So we need to amend the agenda and then,
Add it to new business.
Yes, so if you, will amend the agenda to add Clear Channel Development Agreement. Or go under new business.
That'll be item C.
Clear Channel Development Agreement.
Authorizing the mayor to sign.
All right, discussion of ongoing projects. Mr. Sanders.
Given that we had a major holiday week, it's been a little slow. As far as the town center's concerned, we've scheduled a couple of meetings for this week to make sure that the coordination is still there between all parties. Where make sure TSW is on the same page as Midcast. So we should definitely benefit from those meetings this week. There's one item for an executive session agenda, so if we could have that executive session, that would be good. Kind of an update, not bad news. The plan and design work, the revised library IGA is in the county's court. We have heard back from them, and that will be part of the discussion. We are still awaiting the next Smallwood submittal sometime, hopefully in the next week, in the middle of December, I guess. And as I said, those meetings this week should get everybody on the same page regarding grading, stormwater, and all the tie-ins. We have people working. You obviously have the Midcast folks working on their plan. You have TSW that is a part of that because they're the designer of the library and the library building and the parking deck. And so it takes a lot of coordination. And so this week should provide that. City marketing. Every year we have to give an update presentation to the citizen review, the county's citizen review committee for all of the SPLOS projects. And I just want to thank Brian. He put a presentation together for us, along with Ariane, who put some numbers together. So we're ready to go for that meeting next week.
I'm supposed to attend, I'm our representative.
Oh,
from
I
the
didn't know
council to
that.
Yeah, I was planning to go.
At Bay Creek?
Yeah, I was named to that a couple of years ago. I think,
Okay,
so,
good.
Yeah, so
Good.
you'll be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll,
I'm planning to
usually
go.
the major cities are represented, and then
Right.
Randy Meacham usually gives an update for the smaller cities.
I've been to one, so
Okay.
I kind of know the.
County kind of goes over everything
Yeah,
and their
yeah.
CPA, so.
Right.
But I just wanted to thank Brian for his help on that. The Unified Development Ordinance, we know that we'll have a final draft in hand at the end of this week. Caleb is back at work, and he's updated Jason on that, so we'll have a lot to look at over the holidays there. Roundabout construction, it's all determined by the weather. Snell has made a little more progress out there. I'd say it's picking up.
They're moving utilities today.
Yeah. The DLT project, you probably noticed there's a lot more sod out there now. And it's healthy. It should come back in the spring. Looks good, looks a lot better. And paving is probably at about 99%. There's still some tie-ins they have to do. And some of the areas that we talked about last time as far as traffic control, traffic safety, like Todd, that right-hand turn out
I
here.
saw the lights.
Those two lights will direct everything. And the
So
chief
not
has
supposed to
assured me
turn
we
red.
can stop and make a right-hand turn on red. So
We can or can't?
we can. We
Is
can.
it-
We can, say that again, oh, we
There's
can
two
make a
right turn lanes. You can stop and
Right.
make a right-hand turn.
The,
on.
the stop
But there's
bar
no
is
yield.
so far back
It is.
that
You
if
gotta
you
pull up.
pull up to make a right, you're gonna have, yeah, that's gonna be a mess.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not that bad. Well, of course, it's 6 in the morning when I pull out there, so.
Thank goodness there are, with the left turn lane, with the separated left turn lane down it, there's a lot of breaks in traffic there.
Yeah.
And so I think it's pretty safe. But so
People are
we're
not turning right on red, though.
working on that. What's
A
that?
lot of time, they're not going on red
Yeah,
at all.
yeah,
The school buses won't, the buses won't at
Yeah.
all.
Can you write them a ticket for not going?
Yeah, the buses will not move.
and that's unusual because the Gwinnett County bus drivers are pretty aggressive.
Yeah,
They aren't afraid to go the speed limit and above.
Unless they see me behind
The
them.
stop bar is a good
Makes it a little prohibitive.
15
It's back.
yards from the
It's back.
intersection, so it just kinda throws it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and apparently that's a DOT regulation. Don't ask me. Don't
Yeah,
ask
well,
me
it
why.
doesn't bother me, cause
So
Christie's the only one I know who has to drive through it.
I go through it too.
Oh,
And
I'm sorry.
I do stop.
Kind of early. No,
Well,
it's not. that.
Christie,
Yeah.
just go
People
back to
don't go.
cutting through the church.
Yeah, yeah. Just
Our
cut
police
through the
officers
stadium.
have good eyesight, I tell you.
Not a problem.
You didn't hear, but just under he finished his sentence after he turned around, he's, when there's police officers.
That's not an area ban, auto stop, you're saying it's an actual stop.
You mean a hesitate? Full
Thank you.
hesitate?
Misery loves company.
But
Nice.
you can't do
There's
a
a yield
rolling
sign
stop through,
underneath
it's
that
harder to do a
sign.
rolling
Yeah.
stop because it is farther back. That's the good part about it.
SDS negotiations, we should have another meeting with the county soon to talk a little bit about the direction we're headed. I know that Charlotte wants to get that done. I know the rest of the other cities do also.
Yep.
But we need to represent ourselves, and all the cities are on the same page, so, all the 5 police cities, so we're working on that. The SPLOST program, as I said, the presentation will be next week. We should have our financial report out before the end of the year. Jimmy said he'll have the draft to us this week. We'll put the MD&A with it. Jan will update all the charts and graphs, and we'll have that done by the end of the year.
Good.
And that's when we'll give you a full report on, as far as SPLOST revenues and expenditures. And then ordinance development, we have two big ones on there tonight. So, and we'll have a little executive session discussion. So.
Okay.
So we have nothing really carrying over through the first of the year.
No,
Awesome.
not really. Usually
sounds-
something, we're gonna talk a little bit about the retreat planning session, and things come out of that pretty heavily.
Yeah, yeah. that
We're
whole
not
thing.
having a second meeting in December, right? Yeah,
No.
okay, just wanted to be sure.
Did we need to, we already had published that we weren't having that meeting.
It was
didn't we?
published as to be decided.
Oh, okay. Just, I mean, we're not planning on it.
We've already canceled it on the website and everything. I just didn't know if you wanted to say it tonight publicly,
Oh,
just to
okay.
kind of
Okay,
verify.
yeah, I can do that. Okay, and then on the retreat, we're still not like nailed down yet, on what we're gonna do in timing. But I am thinking about doing some kind of like professional or leadership development as kind of the opening session. So I just wanted to get y'all's thoughts. We could do like a Friday night and start with dinner and do that. And then Saturday, get up and do an all-day Saturday and maybe finish with dinner and then be done. Or we could start it Saturday morning and then go into Sunday morning. I just wanted to see what y'all thought.
As far as location, where are we planning on being?
Well, I mean, we may wind up back at the Georgia Center, at UGA, at their conference center.
Oh,
Okay, well, if we're doing that.
so we'd stay overnight?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So,
Or we could do something here around Snellville.
Well, I personally would rather have Sunday off so I can go to church,
Okay.
but other than that, I know where the Catholic Center is up on UGA's campus,
it's
so
right across, yeah, from that deal.
I'm good either way.
Okay, you're good, everybody else? I mean, do you have a
Whatever-
preference? I'm throwing it
whatever's
out there,
best.
see what you
I
want to
was,
do.
I was gonna say I'd kind of prefer Friday night, Saturday, and
Yeah, I would
leave,
too.
And then leave
leave
Sunday.
Sunday free.
You can. Yeah, it doesn't matter, it's still gonna affect you.
Friday into Saturday.
Friday and Saturdays,
Yeah.
preferred by everyone. All right, so we'll see what.
I'm worthless on Friday, but I'll fake it. Okay.
We'll make sure there's liquor with dinner, you'll be all right.
As long as she gets dinner,
You know,
that's the first step.
the amount of harassment that I accept is not,
Oh, I-
Okay, so we've got
Not
time
really
for an
okay.
executive session.
this is all on camera.
So during the work session of the mayor and city council of Snellville, Georgia, Mayor Bender announced that certain matters should be discussed in a closed